Welcome back to the Endurance World Championship. 3 weeks after the 24-hour moto held in Le Mans, the championship has moved to Slovakia for its third round. At the Bol d'Or, organised at the Paul Ricard circuit in September, the number 1 Honda, the defending world champions, won ahead of the 7 yacht Yamaha, with the Weepole Racing Yamaha in third. Unlucky at the Bol d'Or, the SRC Kawasaki team took its revenge at Le Mans by winning with an incredible battle, going to the checkered flag with the 111 Honda. On his home track, the Cert Suzuki got the last step at the podium for its last appearance in front of his fans. Dominique Mayon, of course, the historic boss of Suzuki, they haven't forgotten. Well, after 2 races of the 24 hours, the riders are going to face an 8-hour sprint at the Slovakia Ring for the third round of the EWC. Winner last year in Slovakia, unlucky at the last race in Le Mans, the yacht Yamaha squad has only one goal, and that's to win.
I think never since we've been here I feel this temperature. And the worst one is the wind. Wind is blowing on the tyre, then it gets cold. Yeah, but I think if the rain comes, we'll be right at the end, yeah.
Then we moved the double stint to the latest moment, because if rain comes, we made a double stint before.
For nothing. Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah, I think now the temperature come up, the front won't wear as much though.
Yeah, no, 13 now is perfect, the temperature. And still the 13 is a low temp compound.
Okay.
Our last year front tire, it was a high temp MotoGP soft compound, 37.
Yeah.
But the 13 is overall balanced.
Yeah.
More wide working range.
Yeah.
Too technical or?
No, I understand. All good.
No, I mean, sometimes before a race you don't want to speak so much. No?
Yeah, I'm happy today I don't start. I even have like a small gap, you know. I'm so used to starting all the time, and then I'm happy that...
More pressure.
Yeah, much more. Randy start?
Yes. Randy, Gornoni, Mike, and Black.
Okay. Anyway, relax, and then they all come back to you, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Their tyres will definitely chew out, for sure. Have a good one, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Keep calm. Let them come.
Time now to look back at what happened in qualifying, where the rain played with the nerves of the riders and, of course, the team managers. Winner last year in Slovakia, the yacht Yamaha was on pole.
I wanted to come back one lap earlier on the pit, but then I said, okay, let's see how does the track change. But and then at the end, for sure, was a bad choice. So it's not too bad. No, but I think if I had this leak in the front, I fucking killed them. You know? As soon as I opened the throttle, I was pushing so much in the front, you know, so it was never turning. But anyway, it was good enough.
Well, it was really, really difficult and tricky conditions.
Yeah.
Which way to go?
Yeah, but at the end, last lap is the push.
I think if without the last lap, we don't get pole.
Yeah.
So in the end, it was perfect.
Go to all boys.
Thank you. Tomorrow we start first. We have a great pace on dry condition and great pace as well on wet condition. So we are ready. It's important because this year we got 5 points for the pole position. After Le Mans, difficult race, we needed to find every point possible in every race and take some risks sometimes. But today was a good job.
I think the start's more important than the position. So the position helps with the start, but you know, in endurance with the Le Mans start, it's always anything can happen. You can go from first to 20 in the first lap.
The 8 hours and the 24 hours, although they're very different, The 8 hour is generally a lot more fast pace. You only have to do 3 stints per rider, so it's a lot easier physically.
I try to keep the same training, and for sure, if you are ready to make a 24 hour, 8 hours is more easy.
Ah, forcément, on gère un petit peu moins, il faut toujours attaquer un peu plus. Que sur une épreuve de 24 heures, il faut
have
savoir
to
aussi
attack
que
a
sur les
little
épreuves de 8
more
heures,
on
il y
a
a toujours un peu
24
moins de
hour
monde, donc ça nous permet
event.
de
It's
vraiment
also
tenir
important to know
un
that on an
rythme
8 hour
soutenu et,
event, there are
c'est le but,
always
c'est
a
de
little
vraiment
less
d'être à fond du
people.
départ
It
jusqu'à
always
l'arrivée.
allows you to keep a bit of a better
Of course,
pace.
first league is
be at
maybe a
full
bit
speed.
harder, just for 3 hours, but yeah, at the end it's like a sprint race and you have to give everything.
I think in 24 hours you can relax a little bit more, but with the 8 hours you have to attack, and you can't let any rider hold you up. And every lap counts, and you can't make any mistakes.
Of course, if you make a mistake, it's here because it's so fast that you are done, you know.
24 hours, if you have a technical problem in the beginning, you can come back like we came back second. If you have the same problem, for example, in 8 hours, we finish 10 or 12, because if you lose 3 laps in the beginning of the race, you never recover. So it's impossible to do a mistake from the team or from the rider if you want to finish in a good position.
I feel the same amount of pressure every time we go out on the motorcycle. You know, every race we want to win, and we do our best to win the championship. So every race is the same as far as pressure is concerned.
And right after he takes over from Mike D'Amelio, Josh Hook has to stop and then crashes, entering the garage.
The front brake is on full.
Oh, we can't. Brake.
Yeah. Just here, the front brake just.
No.
Yeah, you know, crash. It's impossible to ride.
Moi j'ai fait tout mon relais au bout de 4 tours, il y a le bocal qui s'est défait de frein.
Most of the first in with the
Donc,
brake fluid
j'espère qu'ils se
reservoir
décrochent pas,
hanging
parce que sinon ils peuvent avoir
on the
de
fairing.
Quand je suis rentré, je leur ai dit, je pense que
Went,
le fait de l'avoir remis, il y a les bulles
went
d'air, elles ont
loose
dispersé
after
quelque
fallout,
part, et
so I was
c'est
afraid
peut-être
of
qu'il y avait plus
being
de frein
left
après,
without
donc,
the brake. The
c'est
mechanic
vraiment dommage
fixed it when I
de
stopped,
commencer une
but
course
some
pour une
air
connerie pareille.
got inside the system and Josh was left without the brake. Well, despite 2 laps lost due to this technical problem, the Honda is back on track with Josh Hook, but now in 20th position.
Je me suis battu avec Mike et Nicolo, c'était une bonne bataille.
Well, I'll be fighting with Mike and Nicolo. That was a great battle, but there are some places where they are just better than us. I tried to stay with them as much as
Now
possible.
we try to consolidate the position and calm down, and end of race anyway will be a big gamble, weather situation, and we try to ride safe now.
Well, at the front, the 111 Honda and the Yamaha fighting for the lead. Now we hear about what it's like to prepare a bike for 8 hours. Is it much different to a 24-hour race? The difference in preparation between a race bike for 24 hours and a race bike for 8 hours is mainly based on the engine and the electronics. The difference in power is about 20 horsepower. For 8 hours, we will try to get the maximum power depending on the circuits. We'll work on the maximum power or on the torque. In the Slovakia Ring, there are many straights, so we'll look for maximum power for a 24-hour race. We'll work more with the standard parts, and then the chassis, well, it remains the same.
We push a little bit the engine performance. It means the engine preparation is a little bit different about the camshaft, about the power, the torque for sure, the maximum power of the engine. The engine can make 12 hours, for example, but not 24 hours. Then you have more performance, but with the mapping. So basically, you have more horsepower in the engine, and after that, you can manage your electronic strategy, electronic mapping, to try to pass all the power on the floor. So for sure it's a big compromise between engine power, the chassis, the tires performance, and we try to find the best package for the race.
Contrairement à d'autres, peut-être, on n'a pas une moto spécifique pour l'hiver. On garde toujours la même configuration moteur parce que déjà les pilotes se déstabilisent avec ce qu'ils ont l'habitude d'utiliser. L'exploitation d'un moteur puissant avec un électronique standard kit comme on a nous, c'est toujours plus délicat.
is always going to be trickier with a 24-hour engine because it's much smoother.
Suspension, it's the same preparation as 24-hour, you know. We prepare the bike, we try to find the best settings regarding the tire performance, also the electronics working, and we try to find the best compromise for all of them.
Il faut toujours garder ce compromis pour les trois pilotes.
Must always keep this compromise for the three riders. It's the most important thing. Three riders have to feel comfortable to make the best lap times. Less than 2 hours after the start, two bikes and two teams are fighting alone at the front of the race. It's the 7 Yacht Yamaha and the 111 Honda Endurance racing machines. Well, as with the preparation of riders and motorcycles, an 8-hour race requires different strategies than a 24-hour race.
You can manage the riders differently in an 8-hour, so they haven't got as many stints, and you can push them harder from the off. And we see it in Suzuka regularly with the Japanese local teams that they're running just a 2-rider strategy, just back-to-backing them.
Bon, sur une course de 8 heures, si jamais il y a un pilote qui est vraiment plus lent que les autres,
slow than the others, we can make the decision to race with just 2 riders.
8-hour, the pit stop is really critical. We won't be looking to do things like caliper changes and that sort of thing here. So it's coming down, you're measuring the tenths of seconds in the pit stop, whereas in the 24, you're measuring the second. All the pit crew know that a lot more. You see all the teams in pit lane practicing more. Everyone's a bit more sharp and a bit more focused. And
you can push more the fuel consumption, because for sure, if you win some laps at the end of the stint, you can gain 1 pit stop, and it's huge, especially on 8 hours.
In reality, the approach is the same than for a 24-hour race. Just in 8 hours, you don't repair anymore a motorcycle. So you have to push 8 hours, and you are in reality not prepared for crashes or whatever. For the title fight, we have a handicap. We can just go for a victory and push as good as possible.
You can push at 100%, but not 105%.
Our base bike was developed for the 8 hours of Suzuka. We struggle every year in 24 hours. We prefer normally 8-hour races.
Winner of the last race in Le Mans, Kawasaki has to retire out of the 8 hours of the Slovakia Ring with less than 2 hours completed. The engine broken, one opponent less for the 7 and 11 bikes battling at the front, or 111 bike, I should say, battling at the front. And that is until the Punier crashes and loses a lot of time.
En fait, ce qui s'est passé, c'est que je suis reparti et j'ai des
When I
problèmes de
started my
frein.
stint, I had brake problems.
I
I arrived at the corner at the back of the track and I had to pump on the lever. I went off and fell. We have to cross the fingers that we make no more mistakes until the end. For Dunlop, endurance is a priority. To keep the same pace through the laps and the stints, tyres play an extremely important role, especially when the championship rules limit each number of tyres to each team.
In the Endurance World Championship, you have tyres regulation. You can use only a certain number of stickers. In EWC, for 8-hour race, you have 13 stickers. You can use more than 13 tires for the race. And in stock category, you have 9 stickers. You can use 9 tires for the 8-hour race. We have load 1,000, 1,200 tires, and we use 400, 500 tires, depend the condition, the weather condition. Strategy between 8 hours and 24 hours is very, very similar, because we have stickers in 24 hours race. For stock sport, the tire number don't change, because you need to be 4 stints with front and 2 stints with rear. With Dunlop, we have a very, very special tire, because generally at the end of the two stints in stock sport. The better lap time with Dunlop is in the 10 last lap. Because Dunlop tire specialty is the endurance. It's for Dunlop, endurance is a very, very important thing, and you work for endurance very hard during winter with junior team for stock, with Certo Honda or 333 for EWC. And the big advantage with Dunlop tires is you are faster in the last lap than in the first lap.
Endurance World Champion 10 years ago, the Yamaha Austrian racing team has been founded by Mandy Kainz in 2001. The boss of the Yamaha R1 opens up the doors
Hello.
to the workshop.
Welcome in yard. We are the official Yamaha EWC team, and this is our workshop here in Austria. So please take a look and let's see what we are doing here. The 7 is our lucky number because of the R7. The R7 was my personal race bike 20 years ago, and this bike touched my heart so much that I was forever connected with Yamaha. This year we have 20 years anniversary. That's why we have the most legendary race bikes here in the yard workshop. So we go now in the engine department, where we prepare the race engine for EWC for many teams, for most of the Yamaha teams, and also the yard engine are prepared here. Storage, what we have delivered. So R3 seems to be quite popular. So we had a lot of job. So preparing 50 bikes in the winter, only R3. So it's a huge job, but the future for the young people are for sure R3. So. Coffee machine is very important. And to keep motivation, they see here always our trophies, what we reached so far. So we hope that this place is quite too small in the near future, but still we have some room and space for some trophies. This is the area I cannot show you.
So after 4 hours of the Slovakia Ring race, the first raindrops starting to fall, the track conditions are changing lap after lap. Some of the riders are starting to succumb to the conditions.
Right now. Luckily, Marvin is doing a great job, and we are in his hands now, and in the end of who decide to do weather. 4 years of endurance, I never got a stop and go penalty. Looks really strange that 100 meters before the end of the pit limiter, I took off the pit limiter.
For the rain tires it was too dry, but for the slick it was just okay. But now the last lap it started to rain full, and now the complete track is wet.
Maintenant, je suis en train de regarder les chronos.
Now I'm watching the lap times, looking what Yoni's doing. And we see, I think the track is going to dry again. He could stop soon.
The
worst
place is in this section.
1, 3, 6, 7. Really slippery. No, it's still wet, huh? The track is still wet. I think if he stops soon, he needs to restart. Because he knows the track. Me, I will lose too much to you know?
Yeah, but let's go over here.
But I'm still there.
But in endurance, the boss is the team manager, the one who decides who has to ride. So, the Punier, given the orders to take over from Hernandez, he leaves the pit lane behind the new leader, the 7 Yamaha.
Les lignes étaient sèches. J'étais dans mon deuxième tour. Josh
the lines were dry. I was on my second lap. Josh was on the rain tyres. He was slow because the track was almost dry. I was preparing the exit of the corner at the outside, and I touched the wet patch, opening the throttle.
It's my decision. I just do the job the team wants to do.
So alone at the front, Marvin Fritz crosses the line ahead, and he's the winner. The German rider will have done the whole race alone with Nicola Canepa. Mandy Kynes preferring to lead parts.
Really happy about this. Congratulations to my team, to Yamaha, and to my teammates.
Brock was a little bit handicapped from the Tuesday crash. He had a big impact. But the conditions were always mixed, half dry, full wet, and I didn't want to risk him to put him in conditions he don't know.
Sorry. Good job, mate. Good job. Good job. We're getting closer in the championship.
Yeah, great point. The Yamaha wins the third race of the season in front of Suzuki Cert, new leader of the championship. And Honda won FFCC TSR, which made a superb comeback. Next round, of course, in Germany in 1 month's time.